Yeah, I think Kai is horrible. I never want to see Kai in midfield. Technically, obviously, to me as a normal armchair expert, you're good. But in the professional game, Kai's horrible, bro. I'm not disagreeing with some of these comments. I just think you lot are not being fair to the Don. But yeah, man, he can be a basic footballer. Yes, again, so no one can misunderstand. The man misses bare. It's quite horrible on the ball. I think he's better off the ball than on it, which tells you how much I rate him as a player. Can see why he's used for the heading thing and all of that. Again, shouldn't have bought him. But I do think he was one of our best players in the second half of last season. I think he pulls his weight in line with his limitations, especially scoring goals a lot more than his attacking colleagues, which is damning on the club. Kai didn't buy himself. Kai didn't put himself up front. Pardon me. And again, you come into the season with me still maintaining this about Kai, with everything I've said about Trossard and Martinelli. It's like we're building foundations to a house in the sand, really. So we could never have been serious about trying to win certain things, but it's all hindsight now, ain't it? Big up you lot, smash the like button. While we're here now, we might as well see the news and whatnot. That wasn't for you lot. I was reading that, but Chelsea had that night in Munich, United had that night in Barca, City and Liverpool, Istanbul settings, them lot in Bilbao, shameless thing, West Ham in Prague. We did beat Real Madrid away, man. Declan Rice said, do you think Arsenal can win the league next year? 1,000%. I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. Viktor Gyökeres makes fresh admission apologies over future amid Arsenal and Man United links. Man United still being childish and think they're buying him. Crazy. Apparently, he's made a fresh admission over his future amid links to both Arsenal and Man United. 27 years of age, has been in scintillating form. 53 goals and 13 assists in 51 appearances. Everybody's going to want that, innit, people? I mean, you can't disagree. That's pretty damn wavy. A possible move to Old Trafford has been on the cards for the Swede as he was managed by Amarim, blah, blah, blah. What have you said? What have you specifically said? Hopefully, you can expect I keep improving and scoring goals. We'll see. It's the future. Football is like that. You never know what's going to happen. As we saw this season, you never know what's going to happen. And it's the same thing now. We'll see what the future holds. A potential factor that could influence Gyokeres' decision, given his desire to prove himself at the highest level, is Man United's lack of Champions League football. While Arsenal secured a top 5 finish with a game to spare, shameless top 5, top 2, following victory over Newcastle last weekend, the Red Devils would be out of Europe entirely. Dying. It's tough. Who would you lot take, people? Gyokeres or Sesko? Again, to be honest, these stats have to be right because I'm sure Sesko's got 21 goals. 45 games, 21 goals, 6 assists. Obviously, Gyokeres has 51 games, 53 goals and 12 assists. I'm quite fond of Sesko. Gyokeres would be my one. Would you lot be happy if you don't get Gyokeres and you get Sesko, though? Because some of you must. Some of you must, because the way some of you lot are talking, you must. Juventus have been linked with Gyokeres. Apparently, he's definitely a name to keep in mind in their search for a new striker. He's leaving Sporting this summer, and his release clause is around 65 to 70 million euros. The England squad has been announced, people. You do have Arsenal's Miles Lewis, Skelly, Bukayo Saka, and Declan Rice in the side, people. Hopefully, we could say Arsenal's Eze as well. I'm not quite sure why Adam Wharton never got the selection, I'll be honest. How's Madueke managed that as well? Fair play, man. Fair play. I mean, Thomas Tuchel is a great manager. I'm an armchair expert. On Ben White, we knew Ben White weren't going to be there. He's still getting back to fitness. It's more get fit, do your thing, and you're going to go to the World Cup. Aaron Ramsdale wasn't there. Speak for him. He's made very strong progress. We had a talk and we decided at the moment, this is not the moment because he'll become a father very soon. The baby is due during the camp. We wish him all the best for that. See, calm. I knew I liked Tuchel, you know. It's calm. It's calm. I call up Nwaneri as well, man, for no reason. Nobody cares about Howson because we never got him, but Arsenal presented a strong financial offer and broad pitch to Howson that demonstrated their determination to sign him. Mikel Arteta and Berta assured him of plenty of game time, something other competing clubs questioned. That was by The Athletic. Of course, that doesn't matter now because he's obviously signed for Real Madrid. Team News and Tix has said it's believed Benjamin Sesko is the first choice striker option for Arsenal. What do you lot make of that? Feels like we're going around the houses. We have gone over the England squad. Speaking of going around the houses, see how I try not to miss anything out. elks out for you lot, people. I believe Sesko is first choice. However, Gyökeres is still there as an option. Who knows, man, really and truly. Good news for some. Apparently, Arsenal have withdrawn from the race with Chelsea to sign Leroy Sané, according to reports from Germany, people. Apparently, Arsenal are targeting a younger profile than Sané. Rodrigo, Nico Williams, Jamie Gittins are all higher on allegedly Arsenal shortlist, people. And let's be honest, like it's probably a fact that Arteta's worked with him at City, the fact he's been here, free transfer. Yeah. David Ornstein has actually said we're currently deciding which striker to pursue between Sesko and Gyokeres. Surely we know. Now, if you want Sesko and he chooses someone else, you might pivot to Gyokeres, or you want Gyokeres and something's going on there, maybe. But we've heard, and again, we don't know, but we've heard we've laid the groundwork going back to last summer with Sesko. So, and he scored 21 goals. Maybe you could learn a bit more positively and negatively about the player, but surely we've done all our scouting and our due diligence and all the homework you could do about the striker and where he could go. I think with Berta coming in, clearly Arsenal have probably looked at Gyökeres prior, but I think with Berta coming in, he's a bit more on win now mode. And you know, I personally don't think if Berta wasn't here, I don't think we go for Gyökeres. I don't think Partey signs a new deal. I don't think the rumours around Trossard, I think Berta's kind of on this win now mode thing. So surely we've already decided. Whether we have to pivot is another thing. Surely if we're still deciding, there's issues, because we're at that point now where, I'm not being funny, it's May. We all know the signings that are going to happen in the summer, the vast majority of them, they're probably agreed in the winter months of last year. So I don't know what's changed there, but who knows, people. Let me know your thoughts. Have we skipped ahead somewhere? Oh, no, we haven't. Apparently, Rodrigo is fully determined to find his best form and regain the trust of Real Madrid fans. He is not leaving. Ornstein spoke about Sesko, Gyokeres, and Rodrigo, people. He said, thanks for the question, Christian, who obviously answered the question. It seems Arsenal are deciding between which of those two strikers to pursue as their preferred target. Both are under consideration, but it's hard to know who's above the other on the list. We're not privy to the conversations. Generally, these situations often aren't as straightforward as higher or lower. There are many factors that contribute to such decisions being made, and even more to a move reaching execution stage. There are naturally pros and cons, but I must say Gyökeres and Sesko are two elite nines. Would you say Sesko's an elite nine? I mean, he's got 21 goals. Who would both make for an outstanding signing. So this should bring some excitement to the Arsenal fan base if one of them arrives. Gyökeres is one thing, but Rodrigo is really liked at Arsenal. But that isn't surprising considering how good he is. And it doesn't mean they'll recruit him. Again, loads of factors such as what are the club-to-club player and agent terms? Do Arsenal want to make a proper push? Is it affordable with all the other business they need / want to do this summer? But Cronky, I'm not being funny. Fuck PSR, bro. You got bread. I'm not watching the next man. You got bread. Make it happen. Like, make it happen. No, I don't want to hear none of that. Everything needs to go right this summer. Even the most patient of Arsenal fan and balanced of Arsenal fan is getting peed off. We just want to know that we've put our best foot forward. There's none of this. In Berta, we trust. I know you got me, Berta. I know you got me. I've never had a conversation with you, but I know you got me. I know we're not going out like this. We might not get these names, but I know we're not going out like this, Berta. I know you, big Berta, coming from Atletico Madrid, pipping Real Madrid and Barcelona to La Liga. Probably, I'm sure he must have been there when they picked up Europa Leagues as well. Must be nice to win a European trophy. I know you're not gonna do me like this. Please, man. Please, man. Anyways, would somebody have to leave? And if so, how likely is that to happen? Does Rodrigo want to join Arsenal? Who else is in contention? Yeah, people, you know my thing. There's no way in God's green earth I can say this word, so we're gonna air that. As for Howson, we've gone over that. No one don't care about Man United. Is there anything else here? Adam Wharton apparently isn't going to be leaving Crystal Palace. This is said that Mikel Arteta loves Kai Havertz. You know what? Because some of you are quite critical on Havertz. Arteta and everybody at Arsenal loves Havertz as a player and as a character. It is said he understands and implements what Arteta asks for extremely quickly and how the manager wants it done. His recent return from injury ahead of schedule will be viewed internally as a major boost to the club, especially heading into an absolutely critical season. Okay. On Thomas Partey, Arsenal are in talks with Partey, but an agreement has yet to be reached. There's also understood to be interest from abroad over a long-term deal. With Arsenal wanting Partey to stay and Partey being happy at Arsenal and in London, clearly there's a good chance he extends. but there's no decision yet, and the outcome is currently unclear. Would you not give Partey a new deal? I hear it, man, but Havertz ain't going anywhere. We're gonna have to stay with this. DG, in my opinion, Gyökeres is the answer to solve our forward line. I hear that. Yeah, I can't. I don't know what that is, bro. Anyone who wants to come on and who wants to come on and less wages, then Havertz is a prick. I'll be honest. If you're Gyökeres, Sesko, like even you, Sesko, because apparently last year you were saying, "Oh yeah, I don't know if I'll play ahead of Havertz." Any cold-hearted killer that's a number 9, with the greatest of respect to Kai Havertz and Mikel Merino, even Jesus, or anyone that could play up front at Arsenal, if you don't think you can bully that number 9 spot, don't sign for my club, because you should believe the same would go if I supported Man United, actually, because there's rubber stamped the number 9 position there. I'd actually say Chelsea as well. Apparently, Sesko is 15 million euros more expensive than Gyökeres. Well, Gyokeres is win now mode, but then the one thing with Sesko is the whole longevity thing that goes in his favor. But all the guys are a risk, man. I rate Gyokeres only because of how he performed versus Arsenal. You could see in that game he was dangerous, almost scored despite pure service. Did smash up City as well, man. So Phil Foden, the world-class player as per Rio over Saka, has not been called up to England. Run the agenda. To be fair, though, I feel sorry for Foden. He was talking about mental health, and I know I like to run jokes and whatnot, but he was talking about mental health, and you don't want to hear that, in it. So we'll allow Foden. I don't know if this Goldberg knows what he's talking about, but he said, "I was told by 2 very good sources that I trust extraordinarily that Gyökeres is absolutely Arsenal's number 1 striker target. There's a lot of people inside Arsenal, including Berta, that want him, and it could be a lot further down the line than reported." So they're just bare whispers. Everybody's saying stuff. Arsenal are planning to reinforce their attack this summer. Rodrigo is highly regarded. Lookman also remains a credible option due to his versatility. Just make sure Mandem arrive. Pardon me. Arsenal, once again, were active. Apparently, we're holding talks with agents and clubs for wingers. Rodrigo is at the top of the list. Once again, Lookman's on it. I'm on that. I'm having him. Apparently, Chelsea are reportedly among the clubs keeping close tabs on Nwaneri's contractual situation at Arsenal as they eye an ambitious summer deal for the England international. I mean, to be fair, Nwaneri, if you back you got all the quality, you could definitely play at Chelsea, but you'd be better off going somewhere else. They've got more players than they can count, if I'm honest with you. And at the end of the day, yeah, as much as me and everybody believes, without knowing, maybe he's got an injury or Arteta's got his reasons, clearly he should have been given more football. Clearly he's the future of the club. Clearly we want to see him. The end of the day, 11 goal contributions in 36 games. Where was you in August and where are you now? And he ain't even had this Lewis Skelly moment. Obviously, he's broke through. He's gone from being in the academy or on the peripheral to the first team to outright first team player now, getting a new number. I think he's number 22 next year. But he ain't had his Lewis Skelly moment, England call up and that. Like, there's a lot to come. I think in the short term, he's seen as a backup to Saka. Clearly, I want to see him exposed to playing as an 8 or a 10. I actually feel he could have got game time off the left, more so when Trossard and Martinelli were struggling. I don't know when and if it's going to happen, but Mikel Arteta did say he could become a forward, innit? I mean, it would make sense. You know what Nwaneri's doing. We got real star boys around here. Clearly, if you're other clubs, you might not believe you can get him, but you're just going to keep your eyes and ears open just in case, people. Apparently, his camp have claimed, the TBR Football have now claimed that his camp have concerns about his immediate future at Arsenal. I hear it. First team football slowed down a bit, but then at the same time, and this is someone that believes he should get more first team football. Bro, you're 18. You've been exposed to football. Relax, bro. There's game time. His current deal is due to expire next summer. Arsenal need to pattern up. Apparently, Arsenal's development plan hasn't convinced his reps. Chelsea, Liverpool, City are all monitoring Nwaneri's situation. Face the fact to keep hold of him to sign that pro. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Leipzig are also reportedly interested in Nwaneri. See, clubs like Leipzig, it makes sense. However, Football Transfers understands Nwaneri and fellow youngster Miles Lewis-Skelly are in fact set to sign new long-term contracts at the club very shortly. The pair were expected to pen fresh terms in March, but this was delayed due to Arsenal's run in the Champions League semi-finals. Dead that. Make them sign it. We have also been informed Saka will sign a new deal at Arsenal this summer to keep him at the club beyond 2027. I actually believe it with these, man, when I see it in it. Get them to sign it, man. Nwaneri will have a lot of teams available and interested in him. if and when the time comes. We're still linked with Anthony Gordon, people. This has said it's 85 to 90 million euros. Are we having him? Apparently, Arsenal put an enormous asking price on the head of Jakub Kiwior in a bid to fend off suitors interested in signing the Poland international. Although the 25-year-old has been linked with a move away from the Emirates Stadium, Arsenal have made their stance on the player crystal clear by putting an asking price of 70 million euros, 60 million on the head of the player. Fair enough. You need to stay, Mr. Polish Maldini. I mean, if you ask to go, then fair play. But newfound respect. Crystal Palace apparently had an inquiry rejected. We need to keep depth. You need to stay. Trossard's in advanced talks over a new deal. We have covered this, people. The process has been accelerated in recent weeks, and there is now growing optimism and agreement is close, as multiple sources have indicated negotiations are likely to reach a positive conclusion. Fair play. I mean, good for the squad, really. Arteta did say he wants Partey to stay. We have seen this already, so let's make sure he does stay. What's this? Liverpool and Arsenal have been alerted to the availability of a long-time transfer target that could solve their attacking problems. Who? Argentine journalist Mateus Palacios told, there's no way. He told someone in it that Atletico would be willing to consider Alvarez sell if they received an offer higher than the 75 million euros they paid Man City. Would you want to leave sunny Spain already? And we know we've been linked with Sesko, Ikatike, and Liam Delap. Really? I don't think Julian Alvarez, especially as he was kind of, obviously before they won the Europa League, he was saying basically in the paper that I hope Romero joins us if you're an Atletico guy. Doesn't make sense. You just left shitty Manchester in terms of weather, won everything at City, and you're at Atletico Madrid where you're quality player. I'm having him. You lot saw my videos last year. I wanted him, and obviously he scores great free kicks. He's also linked with Barca. Don't believe it, if I'm honest with you. Don't believe, especially after one season. I'm having Julian Alvarez. Don't get twisted, but really, Portuguese league is sus. It probably is, man. But we've also seen what not signing a striker or taking a chance does. Mikel Arteta on whether Arsenal should be in the conversation if a player like Rodrigo is available. If you want to win major trophies, you have to be the best in the market. The teams that win have the best players always at this level. What do you make of that, folks? Again, Arsenal are, well, if you would load, Sky Germany are saying that we're very interested in pursuing him, and it's still difficult. But he's currently at the top of our list on the wing. Talks between all parties have started as revealed yesterday. Arteta did deny it, but we have to watch it. There's a lot of whispers where he's concerned. Would you really leave until you have a conversation with Xabi Alonso if you haven't? And apparently Rodrigo is convinced that he could gain the trust of Xabi Alonso and be crucial for Real Madrid. He'll only consider leaving if Alonso tells him there's no space. I very much doubt he's going to tell him no space. Newcastle have been offered the chance to sign Vlahovic alongside Arsenal, Nottingham Forest and Manchester United. His wage demands are 192,000. You probably get that in the Prem. Can I ask you a lot of questions? Forget Gyökeres, because I think I know you lot's answer, yeah? If you're offered Sesko or Vlahovic, which one would you go for? Like, let's assume Gyokeres has gone somewhere else. It don't matter what we want. He's not an option. Isak's not an option. Ikatike is not an option. It's Vlahovic or Sesko. Which one would you lot go for, people? On Andrea Berta, Mikel Arteta did say, I think he's going to be a big contributor with his experience and the fact that he has already won in very difficult contexts, and the way he's built teams, he's exceptional. I think we have to share that responsibility, and Andrea is going to be a key part of driving the plans and ideas we have, and to try and execute them. We are here to support him. I hope so, man. What is clear with, what is clear with the amount of injuries we've had in the front line is that we need a goal threat. We need the firepower out there, and understanding that the context can change tomorrow. We cannot rely just on numbers we had before. We have to add goals. We have to add creativity. We have to add numbers, and that will be in different positions. Arteta, I hear you, and you're talking bossy. You and Berta, let's go, man. Netflix FC, we got one more year. Let's go. You know what? Let's have it, man. It's what we do. It's what we do. Oh, let's pause that. Hey, you're trying to get me done with copyright. I think the biggest thing is that we have brought the club into a position that next season you have to win a major trophy. If you want to win major trophies, you have to be the best on the market. Okay. Arteta apparently has held direct talks with Nico Williams in order to present his project to the player. Sources have indicated that Arteta's pitch looks to have put them in a commanding position to sign Mr. Nico Williams. Deco of Barcelona said Nico's a top player, but last summer, Dani Almo really smashed the like button, really wanted to come to Barcelona, showed confidence in the project, and so it made it easier for us. And Nico did not do that. The Athletic did speak yesterday or the day before and said Arsenal's message to Martinelli has been that the club intend to keep their best players and count him among them. However, if a huge offer arrives, one that is also attractive to Martinelli, plans could shift. Arsenal value Martinelli above 50 million. Although his contract technically expires in 2027, Arsenal hold an option for an additional year and do not consider the situation urgent. No significant talks have been held over an extension. I mean, it's a bit weird to say, but could you imagine if, even if Martinelli did half of what Saka does in terms of output, or he was still doing what he's doing when he had that breakout season? We're probably just talking about a striker. I would like to see Martinelli play through the middle against Southampton. I've kind of gone off the ball with Martinelli as a striker, people, but F it, let's try again. People are saying that Arsenal are targeting players they believe are currently undervalued but have significant potential. Apparently, Garcia, Embuemo, and Sesko all fit that remit, or better yet, profile. Is there anything new? Hey, happy birthday, Rizitsky, little Mozart, man, my killer. But anyways, Arsenal's transfer strategy for attackers has been for Berta to lay the groundwork on multiple targets, so the trigger can be pulled on a unanimous decision. Berta has spoken to over 15 attackers, and it will prevent a signing like Raheem Sterling. Yeah. As part of his first few days in the job, Berta has held talks with the reps of virtually every Arsenal squad player member. Barcelona completely ruled out signing Nico Williams after he missed out last summer, so the race for him is still on. Don't know what that is meant to be. Real Madrid monster signing paves way for Arsenal to agree Rodrigo signing who? Let me guess. Florian Wirtz over to Real Madrid means that they're going to let Rodrigo go, eh? They've got a chance. It's a difficult one to pull off, no doubts about that. We know the Gunners are in the market for a new winger. Nico Williams was probably the number one choice for Arsenal to play on the left. He's now on the radar of Real Madrid. So if Real were to bring in Nico Williams, that might open the door for Arsenal to bring in Rodrigo. It's funny how some of these transfers do end up working out, or none at all. Rodrigo transfer is still not a priority for Arsenal. Interesting. United have gone for Mateta. I mean, is that something, if worse comes to worse, we should be on? Apparently, we've removed ahead of Chelsea in the race for Nico Williams, going back to kind of what we've gone over, apparently, about Arteta holding talks. Apparently, he wants 400 grand a week, as it says there. I think that's cap, but I don't know. Martin Zubimendi to suffer immediate Arsenal blow after verbal transfer agreement. It might not get off to the best start. What? He has a verbal agreement. According to TalkSport, it's claimed that the 26-year-old has informed La Real that he wants to make the switch once his 50 million release clause is triggered at the end of the season. But his hopes of keeping... Oh, you're talking about effing shirt numbers, man. Big up